Then places down the spawning pool. And so, unfortunately, Protoss is sort of wasting his time. It's going to take him a few seconds to figure out that Demaga has no interest in expansion early in this game. Blate is now chrono boosting in probes. The gateway is about 20 seconds away from being warped in. And the spawning pool is about halfway completed. And the only scout for Demaga is this Overlord. Demaga is not committing any drones to doing any scouting. Now, we notice the wall off for Protoss at the top of the ramp is complete now. They like to wall off everything but a small area for stalkers and zealots to walk through. And we see the cybernetics core completing that wall off process. Demaga's Overlord scouts that wall off. And Demaga is no longer mining any gas. As soon as he got the Zergling speed upgrade process started, he pulled all of his drones off of gas. And that probe is going to die as soon as it turns a corner. Now Demaga elects to expand after this. So Demaga smartly counter scouts, kills the scout, and then expands after that happens. Queen with a little larva injection. Standard wall off with the single zealot by Blate, and Blate's second fighting unit is a stalker. And as well, Blate's second building that produces fighting units will be a gateway. A second assimilator being warped in as well. So we got a pretty conservative opening 5 minutes to this Senhieser Cup early round matchup. This will be a 9-round event, so we're nowhere near finished here. And with Demaga being highly ranked, obviously WMT Blate is in tough here. Notice Demaga scouting out the expansion area with just a single Zergling. Obviously the speed upgrade with the Zergling now has the wings on it. Therefore, it has the speed upgrade. Notice as well that Demaga controls both Zelnaga watchtowers with Zerglings as well. So Demaga's got very good visibility of the map, and Demaga suicides in a Zergling. Now we see a third gateway and a Stargate. So after a third gateway, a Stargate with the Phoenix coming out, and it'll be fascinating to see how Blate spends his chrono boost energy in an attempted scout by a Zergling, and it is killed. So it'll be fascinating, and yes, that Phoenix is being chrono boosted in, and out comes a second Phoenix, so obviously Blate feels the Phoenix is a very high priority. Notice that Demaga has placed down a Roach Warren, and until the 7-minute mark, we'll be running off of only one extractor. The second extractor will be planting itself into the ground in about 20 seconds. And Blate looks like he's probably waiting to expand. He's got about 390 minerals. So, he's not. He has no intention of expanding. It looks like. I thought he saved him for something. I'm not sure what that is. A fourth Phoenix. More probes. So this is a type of play we never would have seen before patch 1.2. Phoenix now build 10 seconds faster, and you simply can't wait around to build 4 Phoenix basing off of one base and use that as some kind of offense. Now notice Demaga's let's take a look at the unit counting station. Demaga sits at 38 drones mining off of 2 bases, while Blate has got 26 probes mining off of 1 base. So Demaga has 2 queens, 1 dies. This is Demaga's last queen. Demaga will have no anti-air whatsoever after this death. Now Demaga is teching up to a lair. You see a lair has now formed in his main base area. We've got 5 Phoenix absolutely opening up on all of the Overlords. Demaga has no anti-air whatsoever. A Queen has come out now. I'm not sure where that is. There it is there. Now also Spore Crawlers are finally going down. In fact, 2 of them going down in each of Demaga's main bases. And a Hydralisk Den as well being built. So Demaga has lost now. Demaga's lost about 12 worker units during that fighting. And we'll see if Protoss can hold off this offense by Demaga. Right now the Protoss army consists of 5 Phoenix, 4 Stalkers, 1 Zealot. Warping in additional units, but I'll tell you, the Protoss army is going to be greatly devastated, but he does survive this attack. So excellent move by Blade, and I'm really kind of impressed to see an early round game that's as close as this is. Maybe this is an example of an unseeded player joining the tournament just because he wants to show up in Cologne, Germany. Now, bad move by Blake, leaving that Phoenix all alone, vulnerable. And now Demaga sits with 7 Hydralisks. And with all the anti-air around his main base, those Hydralisks can roam around and do whatever offense he would like. Both players are mining from 2 bases. Both players have 32 Harvesters each. Blake has got 4 Phoenix, 3 Sentries, 4 Stalkers. And Blake looks like he's looking for any stray units to kill off. Obviously, these Hydralisks are bad news. Demaga's got 8 Hydralisks, 1 Zergling. The Hydralisks do not have range. The research just started, so it will be a while before the Hydralisk range is completed. As you can see, the creep spreads about halfway through the map. Both Zerglings near the Zelmaga watchtowers have been killed by Blade, so obviously map vision's important to both of these players. Fascinating cannon placement here by Blade in his natural expansion area. Now we see a robotics facility along with a 4th gateway and a 5th gateway, so 5 gateways on the way. And we saw some fighting there, and Blake definitely looked like he held his own, and Demaga looks like he wants to expand into the gold mineral expansion at the top of the map. At this point, Blake sits with 7 more Harvester units than Demaga. Both are mining off of 2 bases. Both players are mining, well, Demaga's mining from 3 extractors. Late is mining off of 3 assimilators, so both players are getting the same amount of gas, roughly speaking. Right now, we're 13 and a half minutes into this game. And we see the cannon and no other cannon, so a robotics bay is going to be completed. The first unit out of this robotics facility will be a fascinating choice for Blade. Now, Demaga has +1 attack upgrade on his ranged units, so Hydralisks, and also, and so his Hydralisks and Roaches have the +1 upgrade. The melee units do not have that attack upgrade. So the Hydralisk range research has completed as well. And Demaga is taking control of the center of the map, and he's going after this Phoenix, trying to pick off, and nice move. He picks off the Phoenix, and at this point, I believe that Protoss is unaware of the expansion at the top of the map. Yes, he is. So Blade is unaware of Demaga's expansion area. Now the Protoss army now consists of 1 Void Ray, 1 Colossus, 10 Stalkers. The Stalkers do not have Blink. Thermal Lance upgrade as research has just begun. An observer is being chrono boosted into existence. And there is the Observer, and I guess the Observer was the final unit Blake waited for before he's pushing forward with these 10 stalkers. And the Colossus, again, the Colossus is not upgraded. And that Void Ray is going to have to back off. The Void Ray is just trying to pick off roaches. And those multiple force fields prevent Zerg from attempting a surround on this Protoss army. The Zerg army right now consists of 15 Hydralisks and 5 Roaches. The Roaches and Hydralisks now are at +2 attack. Not enough energy for these sentries, so not enough force fields. And Zerg does manage to get the surround, and this Protoss army is in trouble. And we even notice Burrow by Demaga, which has been researched. And definitely there's a huge win for Demaga. The Protoss army is thoroughly devastated. Protoss is down to 3 Zealots, 1 Void Ray, 1 Colossus, 5 Stalkers. Thermal Lance was a little late, and it looks as though maybe Blake should have waited until Thermal Lance completed and just tried to stay in a defensive position. And it looks like Demaga wants to prevent this 3rd base from being completed. And this Void Ray is going to be in a lot of money spent and going to be in a lot of trouble. It really doesn't matter. These Hydralisks are devouring everything in their wake. And there it is. There's been the economic difference late in the game. That gold mineral expansion at the top of the map. This was a pretty even game, but now at this point Demaga sits at 140 units. The unit count for Blate is 80, and Demaga has taken a commanding lead in this game. Blate's Observer going across the middle of the map. And now we can see Demaga's entire army and burrowing to get the heal. Be able to speed up the healing process for his roaches. And without an observer as well, it can also deceive your enemy. So it looks like Protoss is going to try to, it looks like Blate is going to try to sort of reinforce his army here. And the Protoss, the Zerg army, 30, Demaga's army, and he's going to just send in a single scouting Zergling. That Zergling's going to like what he sees, and Demaga's going to move forward, I think. Oh, little bit of Void Ray action. Demaga's going to take his entire army over. The Void Rays did minimal damage. They killed a few worker units. Demaga's up to 175 supply. Blate is only at 110 supply. So Demaga is going to move forward now. The Zerglings have +1 attack. The ranged units for Demaga are +2 attack, +1 defensive carapace. Demaga's army consists of 11 Corruptors, 30 Roaches, 8 Hydralisks. The Hydralisks have the range upgrade. The Corruptors don't have an upgrade, but it really isn't going to matter. Now the Zerg army is going to face 3 Colossus, 6 Stalkers, 4 Sentries. I think we're going to see the end of the game right here, folks. Let's check this out. And the force fields these force fields he's laying down will only delay the inevitable. Demaga is swarming. Every Colossus goes down. You know what? Considering this is such an early round match, this was